Hey, what's good, everybody? This is the Protroversy Podcast, where we talk music, sports, culture, and whatever we feel like talking about. I go by Marcie, and this is.
Your boy AllMity, what's the word with it, man?
Hey, what up, man? How's everything been?
Dog, it's been a minute. We ain't have one of these in a long time.
I know,
People
I
been
know,
waiting.
I know. But getting right into it, Kanye
Yeah,
back at it.
clearly, that's probably the biggest convo in multiple aspects. What you want to talk about? His Bully album, or you want to talk about the rant?
Let's go into the rant first. Let's go
Okay.
into the rant. I feel like, you know, no disrespect. Shout out to my people. I know people deal with, mental things. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I've had some mental things happen to me. Yeah, it happens,
it happens.
He's tweeting. He's tweeting outrageously.
Yeah, some of them are cool. Some of them are a little out of pocket. Some of them are just very Kanye. I don't really know how to categorize
Yeah.
all of them. Some
I
of them he
was
had to delete.
I would say completely out of pocket. Some of them.
Some of them completely out of pocket.
You
What
know
would
I
you
mean?
say was like, which one stood out to you? I don't even want to say your favorite because favorite might people gonna look at you crazy.
Well, I know I've been through it and we discussed I have three, you have three. Should
Yeah.
we go over the three that we feel kind of stood out to us during this little rant?
Yeah, drop your first one. I'll hit you with one.
All right. So for my first one, I have Drake is too big for the industry. They want him out because he can't be controlled like Kendrick. He's a threat to their power.
Damn.
I'm not saying and in this tweet, I ignored the Kendrick thing because I know people are starting to say, oh, Kendrick really not for the culture. I'm not in that. I'm not in that box. I'm gonna be honest.
So that's a touchy subject for certain people. We're not even worried
Yeah.
about that right now. But on
Yeah.
the same type of vibe, the one I had was give me a hug was incredible. Sheesh. Which is Give Me a Hug was off Drake's last album. So it's kind of like, what is he going through right now? Because he's dissing a lot of people, but he's also praising a lot of people. Like he was dissing Kendrick, saying that he didn't want to hear him on Bro's album, but also.
But Drake was like his nemesis. So it's like, is it a keep your enemy closer type deal?
I don't know.
Or it's because Drake has kind of, I wouldn't say he's canceled, but he's in the spot where people are not liking him as much. And the same thing as Kanye. So is he kind of
Identifying?
identifying with him.
Trying to put a battery in Drake's back. Even if you don't like someone, you probably don't want someone like your greatest rival. Would you want them to just quit, or would you want to keep like, no, we gotta keep this rivalry going, bro?
Exactly. It's iron sharp as iron type.
Yeah, it's
type
like,
shit,
bro, I need you to keep being you. For me to
and
be
it makes me think like that tweet that Drake is too big for the industry. They want him out because he can't be controlled. Did he outgrow the industry to where the labels they're threatened?
It's similar to what Kanye is going through, because Kanye is now an independent artist himself, and you wouldn't even really know that because of his name, it carries a weight. Like if Kanye drops something, you kind of just want to know what it is, whether it's promoted or not.
Yeah.
Similar thing with Drake. It's like, it's not the same as back in the day. Like when the Drake first dropped, you just go listen that same night, but you are going to listen that same week, at least, for sure. And you're going to spin it a few times.
They have the power to bring in people. And then going kind of off of what you're saying with Kanye, as much as he's not liked,
yeah,
when he took his stuff off of Adidas, it hurt the market. So it's he's doing enough for all these people to say they hate him. He's doing enough,
and not to mention
people don't.
That, and I also think he's even spiting them, because now this kind of crosses over to the bully thing. So I think he's spiting them because he didn't put bully on DSPs. The fact that he put it on YouTube just so that it could be like his own thing is kind of like a fuck you to the whole shit.
Yeah. That is, I mean, there's always a time where something is going to take over, right? For example, like Spotify is king right now for streaming music, right?
That, yeah.
But listen, there was MySpace, and then there was Facebook, and then there was Instagram, and now there's TikTok. There hasn't been a real platform that has outlived like there's always a time for it, but it seems like they don't always last. So
Yeah.
I'm curious if Spotify can keep that spot, or does it start to change guard as people are like, hey, you know what? Like Snoop coming out, I only got what do you say, like 4,500 or something? I can't even remember the
Yeah.
exact number, but he said I got like 1 billion streams and
And you
got
know how
this little
much,
amount of
yeah.
money. Like
You know the
people
amount
are
of hits
not
he
gonna be,
got.
even as a fan, people are looking at that like one of my artists who I'm trying to support isn't even being supported.
Yeah, they're not able to live off this. They're not able to continue to making music off the way this is run. So,
Yeah.
like you saying, Pharrell didn't release his last little EP or album on any DSP. Just had a website for it. I think that's gonna be the format moving forward
Yeah.
for
Yeah.
like a lot of the bigger artists. I feel like artists on the ground root level is probably still gonna have to use streaming for some time.
Yeah, but the ones who already have a fan base, it's like, yo, just go to my website. And not only that, the website can offer other things. So it's like, hey, pay an extra $10 here, and now you get, behind the scenes, you get free
Yeah.
merch, you get something of that nature. It's
All right,
straight.
I'm gonna just do the lighthearted one.
Yeah.
It's the one where he said Hitler was so fresh. Why would you ever say that?
That is wild though.
Why? What
Yeah.
caused you to think fresh is not even a word I would think to describe that guy?
Bro, it's so crazy that his hate, and I want to be mindful in saying this, that his blame on a certain, race or let's say religion of people
Yeah.
is trying to go with this, is taking the opposition of that, but the opposition hates us too. Do
Yeah.
you get what I'm saying?
Looks I
bruh,
think
like
he's
you
trying to
wearing
mess up the whole thing.
like the Klan and the swastika stuff, like that's not for us either, brother.
It's not.
You know what I mean? So it's like
I
I'm
think
I'm lost in the point. Now it's looking crazy to me.
I understand it is definitely a far extreme, but it's basically if I were to make sense of it,
Mm-hmm.
to me it's like trying to reclaim the word nigga is I feel like how he's looking at it. Like if he's gonna wear a clan suit, he's gonna make a black clan suit to make the other
Yeah,
clansmen uncomfortable. Now they don't even want to wear their shit because
that one going over my head, bro.
I don't know if it's real. I don't know if it's real, but I
Nah,
gotta give
I
Kanye
know
some
what you're
type of
saying.
thought
I know you
process
get
here.
it. You're playing like devil's advocate.
Yeah,
I get what you're saying,
it
but it's
gotta make
like,
sense somehow.
oh, that don't. Nah, that ain't.
It's a reach, but shit.
It's a reach. So off of that, I went kind of, I guess we'll say as lighthearted, not as deep as possible. My next
Yeah.
one is Puff is my twin.
Oh yeah, that's a different wild thing to say at this time.
Yeah.
Puff is my twin at a time like
Yeah.
this is crazy.
Yeah, I was like, bro,
Damn. Damn. Like he just want to go to jail or what? I never heard no one ask to go to jail like that.
Puff is my twin in this climate is OD, bro.
Yeah,
Like,
I don't even know if
yeah.
we got to expand on that one too
Nah.
much because why would you just say that?
Nah.
Why would you say that? Oh, let me enlarge this because I'm getting old. Wait, has anyone ever seen Jay-Z and Beyonce's younger kids? They're no, like literally. And this is why artificial insemination is such a blessing. Having children is a choice. If Twitter take my shit down, then so be it. But I need y'all to know Jay-Z or nobody have no power over me. I was like, bro. Because I
Nah.
was watching him as he was live tweeting. I couldn't believe he said that.
Yeah, that's that. You know what it is though? When people go through mental struggles, bro, they usually attack the people they like the most.
Yeah.
And I think that's what that is. Like, but it's hard. See, this is hard because it's like what he said was mad disrespectful. Like, he should get his ass beat for that. But
Yeah.
in the same instance, like I've been around people who are having like mental breakdowns and there is no line.
It's not a filter.
Yeah, there's no line that they won't cross, and it'd be with the closest people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's like, in one sense, you're like, nah, whoop his ass. In another sense, it's like if you understand, if you've been around people with mental illness, you kind of get that they is super unhinged. Like,
Yeah.
So yeah, what he said was wild though, dog.
Yeah, it's very inappropriate. It's yeah, that's all I can say. It's inappropriate.
Yeah,
Like I had my
yeah.
own questions about why I wasn't seeing those kids often, but I never really assumed that.
Me
And
neither.
I
I
never,
assumed there was a privacy thing because like with Blue, like I feel like people were kind of going at her too, and she was a child. So it's like that's
yeah,
that's OD.
just
Plus, people
protect
just
them.
be wanting to keep them kids like out the loop. Like we ain't never seen Cole's kids, we ain't never seen
Yeah,
Kendrick's kids. Like
true.
they're kids. Like you don't
Yeah,
ain't
it's
no
not. They
reason
don't
to
need to
be.
be out there.
Nah, they don't need to be out there. I seen a thing with Lil Yachty when he was saying like he got a daughter and people didn't even know. He's like, yeah, because I want my daughter to be a daughter. I want her to be able to go to the grocery store with my mom. Like
Yeah,
I don't need her to. She didn't pick it. I chose this. So I was
no,
like,
that's
that
and
was a
that's
great take.
real.
Yeah, that was a great take. Like, but
What's your last one? What's your last one?
my last one is he was speaking in third person.
Okay.
And he went, Kanye West says secrets coming. Ye gonna expose systems dark. Ye gonna expose the system's dark rituals. And how things go, it's like that one. I was like,
And that's the thing. Okay, so that's also been the thing with a lot of Kanye's tweets. As off as they are, I don't feel like he's 100% crazy. He's saying something for a reason, trying to get attention. But I don't know if he's crazy, but it just sounds wild the way he's expressing it. So
because
I
I
do
think
want
he
to,
sprinkles in those crazy, like out of pocket shit. Like, for example, like that Jay-Z Beyonce, that shit's so out of pocket. But if he
yeah,
came with this, then it'd be like, okay, but then he'll say that Jay-Z shit, this, and they say I'm Puff's twin. It's like, all right, bro.
yeah,
Where are we at with
you're going too far with this. It's like
yeah,
there
where are
needs to be
we
some type
at?
of consistency.
Now it's starting to look like clickbait AI shit when they, when they put the mouths on the faces. It's like I don't
Yeah,
even know what to believe anymore.
yeah,
Like,
yeah. But what I can say, regardless of all those tweets, the album sound pretty good.
yo, I'm not gonna lie, bro. That it sounded like the old Kanye.
And I don't even, yeah, because we didn't like those Vultures joints. There's a couple of things on each of the Vultures.
Yeah,
Everything
nah.
before that has kind of been on a weird, like up and down. There's a few tracks on each album. This joint, Bully, that needs to come out.
It sounded, and it sounds like he actually had thought to this. Where I think a lot of the Vulture shit, like he was trying to say stuff that would be repeated, but that's corny. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Like it wasn't like real lyricism. It was just like it was like clickbaity lyrics.
yeah.
You
Like
know?
everything was a little raunchy, like to try to make something that people would say. It's
Yeah,
just,
but
yeah.
it sounded kind of corny with this. Like I took a couple of notes on it, like leading up to this.
Yeah.
Like they got those tracks, Your Mind and Highs and Lows. When I heard those two, first off,
Mm-hmm.
beats is crazy, and it sounded like old Kanye shit.
Yeah.
Like sounded like OD old Kanye shit.
I had a little bit of concern. I don't
Yeah.
know if you had the same concern. Did it sound like some of those vocals was AI? He was doing some stuff with the singing where I'm like, Kanye ain't never hit these notes.
That was my next point. That was my next point is that there was a track, Take My Breath Away, where
Yeah.
he was singing, and I was like, well, like you said, it's either AI or that singing part. He just wrote the lyrics and is bringing someone else in to sing that. Like you know what I mean? You know how people write something, they might have Miguel come in, like they might
Yeah.
have somebody, like that's what it felt like to me. That
Yeah.
someone else is gonna come in and sing that. Like now, how Kanye is, who can he get to sing that? Is gonna be
Bro,
the question.
he already dissed Ty.
That's what I mean. He
He's
did
like,
John Legend, like
yeah.
you know what I mean? Like
What's
just Drake.
the fat dude? He's about to get that fat dude.
Which one?
The one that's really big and damn near about to die on stage.
Oh, he makes it for like the teenagers, right?
Yeah, I can't
I
remember his
forgot.
name.
I can't remember his
That's
name.
how you
Either.
know
I
we
know
some
you're talking
unks,
about.
bro. But he going crazy right now.
Yeah,
But
he
Kanye
is.
likes that dude a lot. He'll probably end up on his album.
Yeah. And then Melrose and Beauty and the Beast also sounded solid. Like I listened to him
Yeah.
and like just wrote a one part little note of like solid, not solid, but That's what I had. I think that this Bully album, it could potentially be one of his better ones of recent time
Yeah,
for
I'll
sure.
call it a comeback if it drops.
Yeah,
But also
I'm gonna listen.
that Melrose song that you mentioned, I just wanted to mention this. I heard
Mm-hmm.
that before, and like you're saying, it still got Ty on it, I believe, if you listen to it.
Oh,
I
okay.
wonder I wonder if Ty cleared that, or if he, like you saying, he's gonna have to find someone else to sing it, or if he's just gonna do everything himself. I just want to see how it go.
What would you do?
If I was Kanye West,
Nah, if you were
yeah.
Ty, if you were
Oh,
Ty
if I
Dolla
was
Sign,
Ty,
if you made a song and then somebody came out shitting on you, but the song could potentially do numbers,
well, let me
how?
also give context for the shitting on.
Mm-hmm.
This Ty Dolla Sign randomly made a Instagram post that said, "I do not agree with hate speech or no. Basically, try to distance himself from the stuff Kanye was like tweeting.
Understandable.
So Kanye's like, bro, they didn't even ask you, and you just gonna randomly make a statement saying that you don't support what I say? Fuck you. That's crazy. Like, what the hell did you post that for?
I'm not gonna lie though. I'm not gonna. He probably got told to, or somebody was probably like,
Yeah,
yeah, you should probably do that. Like,
yeah.
you know
PR
what I
was
mean?
like, yeah, y'all are
Yeah,
a duo now, so what he says is
yeah.
gonna get put on you. So just think about
Mm,
that.
yeah, because if I had to guess, I don't know. I don't know people's pockets. I would have had to guess that Ty's pockets ain't like Kanye, so
Nah,
Kanye's
hell
don't
no.
get affected as much as Ty's does. So Ty, they're probably like, yo, listen, we in a good space now.
Yeah,
You don't want to be in that realm,
yeah.
bro.
You
Like
don't want to be on the Nazi
we still
stuff.
trying to get we still trying to get deals. We still trying to get
Yeah,
spot endorsements. Like let him have that.
yeah.
You know, you
But
know
I
what I
know
mean?
Kanye was not feeling that because he said they didn't even ask you, bro. You just made a random post just saying you do not condone hate speech, bro.
Yo,
What
I will say this though, like going. I mean, we've been on the Kanye rant for a while.
yeah,
Kanye shit is hilarious. Some
yeah.
of it is not. Let me take that
It's
back. But some of it is just like it's so ridiculous. Yo, when he was in the had the interview with academics, and he
yeah,
is in that black
yeah.
pantsuit. And did you see the Jim Jones clip where he
What he
talks
was
about
talking
Jim
about,
Jones?
yeah.
Yo, he wasn't wrong.
And that's the thing about Kanye. It's like principle wise, I understand why you be mad at these people. You just are reacting so out of pocket.
Out of pocket. Because, bro, if I help you get 2 mil, you better figure out a PDF.
Yo, you just gonna say I don't know how to do that, bro? You look to the left and be like, "Yo, I got you. I'll figure it out in a second." That's all you need to say. I'll figure it out in a second.
Yeah, or you got engineers, bro. You go to the studio, like, bro, you could help me figure this out. I'm 100% sure they'd be like, yeah, I got you.
Bro,
I can help you. So like some of his shit,
yeah,
I
it
be
be
getting
sounding
why
like he
he's so
tripping.
mad, bro. I be getting why you mad, bro. I hope you get 2 M's. You can't fucking send me a PDF or some files, dog.
Like, I just want to see what people's wearing, bro.
Right,
That's
I'm
it.
trying to up my brand. I'm
and
trying to up
and
my.
even this business, it's a business with us. It's our money that we about to make, and you don't even want to send me the PDF.
Yeah,
That's
shit,
crazy. I'm
crazy.
kicking you off the team instantly. Like what?
Nah, I was like, damn, bro. Like, I mean, there's some. You're right. He's some stuff he has a point on, man. Like,
It's just moral things. I get it, but like you're saying, the reaction just be a little crazy.
a little crazy, man. A little crazy, but like I said, is it mental illness? Is it because you want to say mental illness, but you can't give him that excuse every time.
Okay, so they say that when he's working on his albums, he comes off his meds, so the mental illness kicks through. But aside from that, bro be taking whippets. So whether he's doing taking his prescribed drugs, he's taking whippets. I don't know what that does to your
Yeah,
brain.
nah, it fucks it up. That's
Exactly. So it's like he's getting destroyed from two sides.
yeah. Well, let's hope Kanye health. I don't want to wish nothing bad on anybody, but just straighten up, my guy. Straighten up.
Yeah.
You know, I know we had the Spotify talk earlier.
Mm-hmm.
Do you feel that you know coming down the line now of the future and people like having their vices with labels? Do you
Yeah.
think the independent route is better than the mainstream route at this point?
Better than is a strong word. I could say that it's definitely like it's not worse. It's like because so there's the 360 deal where you just working and you like making like almost no money off yourself, but you get that good advance that you live off. But
Mm-hmm.
then there's also like if you independent, the way I see it is like a math game, right? Like if you could get 1,000 fans and you could get them to purchase a $10 piece of merchandise every month, that's $10,000 a month. That's
Mm.
amazing.
Yeah. Now say, all right, so think about it this way, right? Say you're doing small shows, but you're
Yeah,
like smaller shows, and say they're doing, saying you could get 3,000 people to go to your shows. Say it's like
yeah,
5 shows, 3,000 heads, and you're selling out.
yeah.
Do you think you're signing with a label at that point?
Um, you can, but there's also different ways to do it because you could do the 3,000 and leverage that into a certain amount of payment, or you can keep pushing up your numbers and then just keep building your leverage until a label got to pay you something that's like into like the 50 million, like whatever number that it takes to purchase someone of your already moving success. Like they can't just buy into your success if it's moving already. You don't need them at a certain point.
Yeah, so it's about leverage. Because I just think in like in a sense, in my point of view, like
Yeah.
if you already have the following, I
Hmm.
couldn't, besides like, helping with distribution, I couldn't see doing a label except for, are you getting the same opportunities with big, you know, these big brands? Like, is your song going to be played on the playoffs for the NBA,
Yeah.
like without a label? Is your song going
Right.
to be played during like, I don't know, like NFL Prime Video, something
Are
like,
they
will
gonna
you
pitch
get,
you for movie
can you
six?
get to that status with with being independent? That's the only thing where I'm like, like it makes
Hmm.
sense. But if you make those same connections,
Yeah. It's very possible. But I think so what you're saying is like it's really just a double sided coin because you could either do the independent thing and do your links by yourself and then make like a higher percentage of what you make. It may not be as much money, but you're making more percentage of it.
it may be
Or
more money in your pocket though.
it can be,
Yeah.
but it also depending on like say if you sign to like a major and they giving you like it may be a small percentage, but if they putting you in like every damn commercial and then they putting you on everything, 30% might be 10 times what you're making independently. But then it's also now this is where it comes to where you uh think of your artistic career in context of your life. Like would you rather be independent and slowly build up your wealth, or would you rather get that $30 million advance, invest into some shit and be good for life and now you could just make music?
That
That's
is
it's
true.
just different ways to think about your freedom.
Yeah, nah, that is true. Cause I just think of like, you got the huge artists, right? Say like The Weeknd, Drake,
Yeah,
those artists. But I like, you see successful independent artists, like we'll say like a Russ, like
yeah,
what's the, like La Russell. You see his stuff starting to
yeah.
take off. Like, and it's like they both have the knowledge, but will they ever get the opportunity to showcase their music on those type of platforms, or will labels block them out of spite?
It's a little bit out of spite. Like I can't say I've never heard a Russ song in a movie. Like
That's what I mean. Yeah,
yeah,
yeah, right.
and he's
Like,
pretty popular. Like I don't see why. I know very much less popular people than him that have had music in movies. I've just never heard Russ, which is
yeah.
interesting.
So I feel like that's maybe like you're battling the monster. It's like,
Yeah,
because
it's a machine.
labels definitely, and like it's La Russell, right? That's bro's name, La Russell,
Yeah,
the
it
one
is La
from
Russell. Yeah,
LA. Yeah, like him. Like, do they get blocked because labels want them and they're like, nah, I'm good.
it's part of that. And then there's, I mean, you know what the Tory Lanez is saying? He's saying that they sent him to jail because he ain't signed. So I don't know how deep it really get.
And then you see this stuff with Drake. Once Drake got off the late, like all these
Yeah,
issues are coming. You know what I mean? Like, you
yeah,
see it with a lot of people. Like, that the issues come after they're not re-signing, and it's
You're
like,
only important to the label if you're working with the label. As soon as you're done, they want your name scrubbed from the internet because you're taking up space from the artist they own. They
yeah,
don't own you no more.
yeah. So I'm just curious, like as we make music, we're music artists, we make
Yeah.
music. I'm always curious, like if it grew to a certain point, like what way I would want to go. Like,
I
what way
mean,
would you think you would lean towards?
for the longest, I was on the independent tip, and I still see the benefits of it for like the short term and like building that solid base. But by the time you reach a certain age, I feel like your business is right and you have the right people around you, you could kind of do want a machine just so that you can maximize your potential. And
Yeah, that makes sense.
it really just comes down to if you really want to be famous or if you want to just make money. Because I think also no, because even a deal, you might not necessarily be famous. You might just be like a certain level
Like
of,
shelved a little bit,
yeah,
like
I'm not
they,
even sure. Like, because Smino, right?
yeah,
He's not like him, but he's not like in the Drakes and the conversations that most people are in. But everyone knows Smino. But
yeah.
it's like he's in a good space where he could tour, but I don't know none of his songs. Like, you know what I mean?
I feel you. Yeah,
So it's
100.
like that's the perfect life for me, like where I could tour, make money. I'm living lavishly, but not everyone knows me. Like I could probably go to some places and walk the street.
Yeah. So ultimately, it just comes down to the person and the situation, like
Yeah, what you're
and the
comfortable with.
leverage. Yeah, true. What you're comfortable with.
What would you want?
Right now, and where I'm at, I would probably sign something. To be
Yeah,
honest, to like, cause like how like you were just addressing before, like just having that, having being out there like that,
yeah,
I feel like you have more opportunity to transition to things. Like I don't know if like a Lil Russell or Russ get to talk sports on ESPN as a music artist.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But I know Lil Wayne did.
Lil Wayne did.
You,
Even to
you know
be
what I
more
mean?
recent, what's his name? What's the not Namir YBN? What's the kid from
Corday,
YBN? Corday.
Corday,
Corday goes on there just because he's still
Corday.
signed to labels. Like they
Yeah,
plug you in because, like, say Atlantic works with ESPN or with Disney, so Disney will like, all right, let me know where I can plug your people in because we all can make money together.
I feel like you could just hit the different avenues, like,
Yeah,
you know what I mean? But I do think when you get to a certain stature, like you get to like, say you strive for, everybody strives for like the 50. Once you get there, you strive to, well, you would think some people don't want it, but if you
yeah,
strive to the 50, then it gets to like, you become partners with these people.
yeah,
You know what I mean? So I guess it would, like the age I'm at now, I would sign. I just wouldn't sign a no 360 where you get all my merch and shit like that.
yeah.
But
Definitely don't
which
sign to Diddy.
nah, for sure.
Definitely
Nah.
no bad
The
boy
first
deals
thing I
going
would
on.
do, to be honest, if I had a song pop off, the first thing I would do is I personally I would try my best to have I would have 20K for each person. I would try to meet with Master P for 20,000 and try to meet with 50 for 20,000 and just
Huh?
absorb as much as I can and like see what kind of
What
help they can
plays they
give me,
got for you?
what plays they got when it comes to even like the legal side and the contracts, like what they did to get to their level, like how
Yeah,
do
that makes
you
sense.
maybe how do you have people under you but still be an artist? So like you're
Yeah,
starting a business like G Unit, you know what I'm saying? Like he led G Unit, but he was still an artist himself.
yeah.
You know what I mean? But he
No, it
still
makes sense. I understand. That's definitely a good way to look at it. Cause it's like, but even that's the thing too. Cause once you in the labels, the people that they sign to, like all their legacy artists, are in the same building as you. So like,
yeah, you get
say,
the
yeah, it's
accessibility.
like, damn. I
Yeah.
remember even like when I used to engineer at that little Atlantic studio, Lupe Fiasco was up there telling the new signees like, "Yo, don't sign no contract over here. They're not gonna do nothing for you." I'm like, bro,
Man.
how you gonna say that in the building where you recording it?
He a real one. So well, I guess what I mean is I would try like hopefully because if the labels want you, you already have a buzz.
For sure.
They're not starting somebody from scratch no more.
Yeah,
Like that's
definitely.
just
That's
not
that.
that's dead. That's dead. So I'm saying that hopefully I already have enough money there to
Yeah.
like to where I can do that before I sign. Like
I know what you
I
mean
would
though.
hit the
Yeah,
DMs. I would be like, I would make videos like, yo, can somebody link me with this person? Like, and
yeah.
just try to gain as much information I could before I made that decision. Like, that's
No,
what
that's
I would
actually
do.
real. That's actually real.
Yeah, because like, why not learn from the most successful? Like you said, Lupe. Like, how many people went in there like, yeah, I'm about to get this deal. And he was like, not here,
Think
bro.
about it, bro.
Not here, bro. But with being like an independent artist, um, what do you suggest in means of taking money and building your own studio, or going ahead and going to a studio where an engineer can help you out? Which way would
Man.
you lean?
So as an engineer, producer, artist,
Mhm.
I say it's best to have your own setup at the crib to like if you can get it to a really good quality, I say definitely do that. But definitely even if it just comes down to like the mixing and mastering part or just some point, you kind of probably want somebody's ears on it, at least just a little bit. Just to make
Yeah,
sure you're not falling in love or like getting demoitis, which is where you just fall in love with the first version.
yeah,
It's like but then the reason to go to the studio is if you first of all, if you have some type of deal where the studio time isn't being paid hourly, like if you're doing it by song or if you say you're going 50-50 with a producer working out his crib or some shit and y'all working on a collab album, cool. Then you could take as much time in the studio. But if you want to be efficient, have your songs worked out at the crib, go to the studio, get it recorded, grade on the good gear, get the hell up out of there.
yeah, yeah. Nah, I agree. I'm all for the home studio. Like, I think like, yeah, you go to the studio, but I've told you this mad times. Like,
Yeah.
I have to, when I write it, I gotta record it. I can't sit for 3 days and be like, yeah, I'll be up there Monday. Like, it never pans out. It never
Yeah.
pans
It's
out.
not been the same as you imagine.
Yeah, yeah, but like when I do it like on my own and I'm just sitting there and I'm like mumbling the melodies, and I'm starting to put words to it and I'm going at my pace. There's no like timetable on shit. It always comes out 1,000 times better. So I'm for the home studio, but I agree in saying the home studio, you got to make sure you're recording it right, and you
Mm-hmm.
still need somebody to mix that shit, bro. Unless
Yeah, that mix gotta be good.
it got to be good. Unless, I mean, you could learn, off track, but if you want some shit out and you ready to hit the ground, you're gonna have to pay for it. So you got to do both, man. You got to work and fucking work on your shit same time.
But even if, say, you have literally no money besides for your equipment,
Mm,
lock in on that mixing. Do not put it out until the mix is right. That's one
facts.
thing I will say. Even if it's you have to mix it yourself, take your time, watch as many videos as you can, retry as many things as you got to do because you cannot re-put a song out many times. Like when people hear it that first time and it sounds crazy in their car, they may not ever go look for the fixed mix. They don't care.
Yeah, they don't care. You get one time, man.
Yeah,
Sometimes you get one time like all together.
yeah,
Like
nah, for real.
until there's some buzz behind it. If people hear one song and then they're like, I'm not fucking with it, you could put out a banger the next one. They like,
Listen,
I ain't fucking with that shit,
you
bro.
just got to try a different market after that because them niggas ain't listening.
But I've been trying to tell myself this as well, is that the world is so big, bro, that like
Yeah,
there's hundreds, thousands of artists that make good money, and
listen.
I don't know their songs at all, man. So there's something for everybody.
What I tell people, same concept. There's a new person old enough to get into the club every day, so they're gonna hear some songs they ain't never heard.
Yeah.
So if they could fall in love with your song at the club, that's your fan.
Are the club songs becoming more important now than like the hood shit? Like, are people wanting to have fun now more than the typical like gang shit?
It's weird because this kind of goes back to what you're saying about the independent thing. I think there's more power in independence to the way where it's like everyone. I feel like there's more of all of it filling the market. It's like as much as I feel like there's more dance and more happy music, I don't feel like there's any less gangster or like
That is
drill
true.
music.
That is.
It's like it didn't stop.
Yeah, it didn't stop. You're right.
So, uh, I just feel like the independent thing is just giving more lanes. Like what you gravitate to, you will find a space where you can enjoy that. I feel like.
More, and it is nice. Like there's so much music. Like I wish radio was like this because you do
Man,
like there is sometimes you'll go out and somebody will be playing a song. You'll be like, yo, who is this? And it's like you
yeah,
discover shit. Well, I feel like I wish radio would go back to like discovery type music.
yeah. I feel like the radio has turned into like strictly like a payola thing where if you're not paying nothing, you're not getting.
You're not getting shit, which is
Yeah.
corny as hell. But
And I know Boston has this one thing. It's called the Launchpad. Sunday nights they'll play artists from Boston music. Think about it. Sunday night is a night when everybody sleep for work on Monday, so nobody's listening to the radio at this time, and people are so proud to have their shit on.
yeah, it's similar. They got a similar thing in Connecticut where they'll do like an artist like rising artist type thing and they'll play it, but it'll be in some random ass. I think it's Sunday night too, to be
That is so
honest.
disrespectful, bro. Like,
Yeah.
play my shit on a Monday morning when niggas is stuck in their car on the highway.
Yeah, or play my shit on a Saturday afternoon,
You
bro.
something,
Like,
bro.
you know what I mean? So appreciate y'all watching. That's the Protroversy Podcast. Tell a friend to tell a friend to tell your mom, tell your grandma, tell your uncle, cousins, everybody, man. We appreciate y'all watching again. I go by Marcy. This is
Your boy AllMity.
yeah. Until next time, we'll see y'all soon. Peace.